kidneys are smooth, and we know that they are the house of wisdom. That's referring to a rooster. And more about interesting usage of words. Levi Iklalahu Asra, Levi visited a certain place. Also Gavli Kameh, a person came to him. Amrle, that person told Levi, Chafavan Bezanatab, Kiva'an Palanya, that this person was Kavami. And Lehavayada Maika Amrle, he didn't know what the person was telling him. So also Shalabay Madrasha, he went to the base measures to ask them what this person meant. So Amrule, Gazlan Amrlecha, he was telling you that someone stole from him. It says in the pasuk, Hayikba Adam Alekim, Shalmain Rab Hashem. So his lashon of Kava is a lashon of stealing. Now Amrle, Ravim Barnish Rav Ashi, Ravim Barnish told Rav Ashi, if I was there, Havaminole, I would have just asked him, Heichi Kavach, and B'mai Kavach, and V'amai Kavach, how was he Kava you, and with what was he Kava you, and why was he Kava you, and Mela Havyadina, Mela, I would have figured out what he was talking about. Now the reason why Levi didn't do that is because the Ihu Savar Milsa the Yisruka Amarle, he thought the person was telling him something to do with immorality, and therefore he didn't want to pry into the details of the case. And more about the definition of unknown words, Lo Yahava Yadi Rabbanan, my Seirugin, and the Rabbanan didn't know what the word Seirugin meant. The Mishnah Megillah says that if one reads the Megillah Seirugin, then he's Yaitse, and they didn't know what the word Seirugin meant. But then Shamuel Amasa Debe Rabbi, they heard the maidservant of Rabbi's house, the Chazasin Rabbanan, the Havu Ali Piski Piski, she saw the Rabbanan going into the house to have shir by Rabbi, and they were going in Piski Piski at intervals. There was a group of them, and then it would stop, and then another group of them. Amrul Hushi told them, Seirugin, how much longer are you going to continue going in, Seirugin? So they understood that Seirugin meant intervals, so that means if you read a couple of psukim in the Megillah, and then you stop, and then read another couple of psukim, you're going to be Yaitse. And Lo Have Yad Rabbanan, my Chaloik Legais, they didn't know what Chaloik Legais were. The Gemara in Yama teaches that a Zav isn't allowed to eat Chaloik Legais. And Yom one day Shamuel Amasa Debe Rabbi, they heard the maidservant in Rabbi's house, the Chatzlahu Gavra, she saw a certain person to come a Vadir Parpachine. He was scattering purslane all around. Purslane is a type of herb. And Amrle, she told him, how much longer are you going to be mefazer? Are you going to scatter your Chaloik Legais? So now they know that Chaloik Legais are purslane. Further, the Rabbanan didn't understand the pasuk that was talking about Torah, that Sal Saleha and it will uplift you. What does that mean, Sal Saleha? One time they heard the maidservant of Rebbe's house, the Havas Amrlahu Gavra, she was telling a certain person, the Havakam Hapich Lasari, he was curling his hair. Amrle, she told him, until how much longer are you going to be mesalsal your hair? So they understood that the word mesalsal means to turn over and to constantly be involved in, as we say, hafachba v'afachba. So the more involved you are in Torah, the more you turn it over, so then it's going to uplift you, and that's the understanding of the pasuk. And loy haviyad rabbanan, my v'teitesiha b'metatei hashmeid. They didn't understand the meaning of this pasuk, which is talking about the downfall of Bavel. Yom echad shemuel amasa debei Rebbe. One time they heard the maidservant of Rebbe's house, the havas amar lechavirta. She was telling her friend, shkule teitisa v'tati beisa. Take a broom and sweep the house. So it must be that we're talking about a broom in this pasuk, and it means Hashem is going to take the broom of destruction and sweep Bavel with it. And loy haviyad rabbanan, the rabbanan didn't understand the meaning of this pasuk. My hashlech al Hashem yahavcha v'hu yichal kalecha. Throw onto Hashem yahavcha, and He's going to sustain you. And Amar Rabbi Barchana, he said, Yom echad hava zilna b'hadia hutaya. One time I was going with an Arab merchant, hava doreina tuna. I was carrying a load. The Amar Li, and he told me, shkel yahavech, take your yahav, meaning take your burden, v'shadi agamlai, and throw it onto my camel. So we see that the pasuk's telling us, if you take your burden and you throw it onto Hashem, He's going to sustain you. And more about shofar. Shofar shel Rosh Hashanah. The shofar of Rosh Hashanah, specifically talking about the shofar blown in the Beis Hamikdash, shel Yael, it should be of a wild goat. That's Rashi's explanation. Pashat, and it should be straight. The shofar should be straight and not bent. Upiv mitzupa zav, and the mouth is coated with gold. That doesn't mean actually where you place your mouth. It means just right above the mouthpiece. It should be plated with gold. Ushtei chatzotzes min hatzadin, and two trumpets are to the sides of the person blowing the shofar. Shofar ma'arich, the one blowing the shofar, he blows a very long blast. V'chatzotzes mekatzrais, and the trumpeters, they blow a very short blast. Shemitzvos hayom b'shofar, because the mitzvah of the day of Rosh Hashanah is to blow a shofar, and therefore everyone has to hear the shofar more than the chatzotzes. And in Betania, so when we have a public fast day because of something terrible happening to Klal Yisrael, so everyone's gathered together, and on those days we would blow chatzotzes and a shofar. So that shofar is b'shal zecharim kefufim. It's of a male, meaning it's of a ram, and it's bent. Upian mitzupa kesef, and the mouthpiece is coated with silver. Ushtei chatzotzes be'emtza, and there's two chatzotzes in between two shofars. Shofar mekatz v'chatzotzes ma'richas. The shofar blows a shorter blast, and chatzotzes blow a longer blast. Shemitzvos hayom chatzotzes, because the main mitzvah of the day is with chatzotzes. We know that they're meant to gather all the people together. So therefore, we want to make sure that we hear the chatzotzes more than the shofars. Now, Shabbat HaYovel Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur of Yovel is comparable to Rosh Hashanah. L'tkiya, in regards to blowing the tkiya, meaning you use a straight shofar. Ula brachas, in regards to the brachas of Shemona Esrei, we know that the musaf of Rosh Hashanah is 9 brachas, and so too the musaf of Yom Kippur of Yovel is going to be 9 brachas. Now, Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, he argues, and he says Rosh Hashanah, on Rosh Hashanah, taking Shal Zecharim, we use a male shofar, meaning it's going to be bent over. Ubi Yovel, and on Yovel, B'Shal Yaelim, then we use a Yael, which is going to be straight. And Amar B'Levi, he says, Mitzvah Shal Rosh Hashanah, V'Shal Yom Kippurim B'Kfufin, the mitzvah of the Rosh Hashanah shofar and the Yom Kippur shofar of Yovel is with a bent shofar. V'Shal Kol Hashanah, and the shofar shofar of all year, meaning of tiniest of fast days, is pshutin, is with a straight shofar. As the Gemara Vatanan, our Mishnah said, shofar Rosh Hashanah shel Yael Pashut. Rosh Hashanah shofar is a straight shofar, not a bent one. So we answer, Hudamar Katana. He holds like that Tana, meaning the Tana of our Mishnah. Did not, it says in our Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda Aimer, Rosh Hashanah hayutaykim b'shel Zecharim kefufen u'beyavis b'shel elim. So clearly he holds like Rabbi Yehuda in our Mishnah, and there's no problem. The Gemara asks, if he holds like Rabbi Yehuda, so v'leim helps like Rabbi Yehuda, why didn't he just say that the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda? So the Gemara answers, Iyamar helps like Rabbi Yehuda. If he said the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda, Havamina, I would think, Afilu shel Yovel namik Rabbi Yehuda svirale, that he also holds just like Rabbi Yehuda when it comes to Yovel. Kamashman, he doesn't hold like him. Rabbi Yehuda holds when it comes to Yovel that you use a straight shofar, but Rav Levi does not hold that. He holds to use a bent shofar as well when it comes to Yovel. Now the Gemara asks, what exactly are the Tanakam and Rabbi Yehuda arguing about? Mar Savar Rabbi Yehuda holds Rosh Hashanah kam dechayv inish daite tfei mali. On Rosh Hashanah, the more a person bends or bows his mind, that's better. And Rabbi Yom Kippurim kam de pashet inish daite tfei mali. On Yom Kippur, as much as a person can straighten his mind, that's better. What does that mean? On Rosh Hashanah, when we daven towards the Beis Hamikdash and remind Hashem of that Kedo, we show submission and humility with bent posture physically, and that's reflected by bent shofar as well. And since Rabbi Yehuda does not hold that there's a Gzeir Shava in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur of Yovel, therefore he would say that the shofar of Yovel signals freedom of slaves and should be symbolized by a straight shofar and should not be a bent shofar. Whereas Umar Savar, the Tanakama holds, Rosh Hashanah, Kama Depashet Inish Daite Tfei Mali. On Rosh Hashanah, that's actually when you want to straighten your mind, and that's better. Ubetanyas, when we're dealing with a fast day, Kama Dechayef Inish Daite Tfei Mali, a person wants to bend himself, and that's better. What's that talking about? The pasuk says, Nisal Avenu Al Kapayim El Kel Bashamayim. Lift our hearts with our hands to Hashem. Rosh Hashanah is a day of tefillah that one should straighten himself to Hashem. A straight shofar symbolizes this as well, and the Tanakama has a Gzeir Shava to Yom Kippur of Yovel, so that also needs a straight shofar. Whereas the shofar of fast days is just simply to gather people together and should be bent in order to differentiate from the shofar of Rosh Hashanah, and therefore a bent shofar is used on a fast day. We're going to stop here for the day, pick up tomorrow, continue to talk about this. For now, everyone should have a wonderful day.